Some say when you stare into the abyss stares back at you. I say when you stare into the abyss, there are 12 decks that are fused into this one deck. And for some reason, I'm not doing the Astrum video one more time. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today, I am back to cover another Corocoro deck, and arguably the most important one. Today, we are covering Black Channel, which is the Brandt / Corocoro deck. And because, as usual, I don't like doing these videos alone, today I have Nami back again.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Thank you so much for joining us. So, this time, is done with Brandt. Okay, so we're not actually doing Corocoro. The previous Bebebebe video, you can check that out, link to the description. We did that with pure Corocoro, right? But this one is different. This one, we are doing
Brandt
using Brandt as a selected nation. So, in this case, right, you get to be able to see, like, both scenarios on how to build Corocoro. That was the goal of making these videos. So the first one is to show you a pure Corocoro deck. This one is to show you a style where you mix the Corocoro right line into the, to the nation, which I thought was pretty interesting. Today's one is black, and the third reason why I'm doing this video is because this is arguably the most meta important deck. At least for the Japanese format, this guy was actually a meta threat for like, I'd say a good 3 weeks until Chronos Command came and then he went straight back to hell. But okay, the point is that, it's pretty interesting of a deck. This deck is a fusion of a lot of different decks. It's basically like Aelquilibra, links description below. It's like Alden, links description below. It's like Astrum, links description below. It's like Accord, links description below. It is so many different decks in one. It's not even funny. It has a Michu line as well. It can do the same stuff that even freaking what's that original like Greedon? It's like there's a lot of stuff in here. There is a lot of stuff in this deck. There's even a combined Russia in here. There's an Imiga in here. Like, it's not funny. So yeah, let's move on right to cover it. Let's start with the right line.
Alright, starting with the Great Zero, we will play it thematically with
Black Channel. So for those who don't know, Black Channel is based on what the manga is. He's a demonic YouTuber. I'm not a demon, I'm Catholic. So the thing is that the idea is that it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. He will compete people to do like shadow games to reveal their true nature. So like he'll give them a lot of strength. Is this a spoiler? He gives a lot of strength through like the camera.
He amplifies something about the person using a contract. And as long as they are being filmed, they can do whatever they want with the power that they have.
But the thing is that the power is, it's a typical dealing with the devil, and there's clearly a drawback. The drawback is that, if you show your darker sides with it, you lose, you go to hell, right?
Yes.
I've not read this one very much. I only know the one where he does I'm pulling my dick out. I'm going to have that card. Today, I'm going to show that card once and for all. Other than that, yeah, and also I should probably just mention, there is an actual Black Channel on YouTube. Yeah, so just check them out if you are interested in IP.
Just so you know, it is very important that we do run this starter specifically because of the fact that the grade 1 mentions that you have to ride on top of a Corocoro unit.
Yeah. So even though we're playing Brandt Gate, you can't just play, Neon Messiah, right? You don't have that option. You have to play this starter and you have to ride to this guy. So what does he do?
Okay, so this is Demonic YouTuber Black. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, search your deck for up to 1 camera chant and put it into your order zone. If you search the deck, shuffle the deck. If you put a card from your hand, draw a card.
So basically it's the same as Welstra's right line.
Yes, it's the same as Straza from Welstra's right line.
Amazing. So we'll cover camera chant later, so don't worry. But in law, he's like the little buddy. He's even the same art. You can see they just zoomed in on the art. These guys are so hilarious. So like, yeah, you can just you'll find out about him later.
We are still praying that Bushro will never print a card that says retire card from your opponent's order zone. Thank you very much.
I hate prison.
Don't ever do that.
I hate prison.
Alright, moving on to the grade 2, we are riding Treacherous Streamer Black. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, search your deck for up to 1 card with Satoshi in its card name, call it to Vanguard Circle and shuffle the deck. And the target is going to be elementary school YouTuber Satoshi.
Now, this guy is linked to the law because he's like the human that collaborates with Black. Why is he on a turtle? I can't answer that for you. I can't. You have to read the manga yourself. But again, we'll cover this topic later on what he does. He's very important to this deck. He's basically the Michu jumper. So it's a lot like Imiga for those of you who like cereal. Hello guys. Other than that, yeah, as you can see, the right line for Black is very simple. You get +2 kinda, not really. But it also sets up all the main characters of not only its story, but also for your game plan, right? You have Satoshi, who, surprise, is your superior rider. And you have Camera-chan, who is needed in the auto zone so that you can do your early rush and also to turn on all your effects.
Correct.
Your grade 3 is...
Demon exposing the dark, black.
Now, he falls into the demon world, but he gives you something better. For all you foot fetishes out there, his foot is fully exposed. I don't know what this information does for you, but now you know. So I hope you guys leave me a comment on what this comment did for you.
Alright, so he has two effects. Deal, act, Vanguard Circle once per turn. If you have a card with Camera-chan in his card name on your rearguard circle or in your order zone, you can Soul Blast 1, choose up to 3 of your rearguards. Until end of turn, they are in deal state and get plus 5k power.
Okay, let's read the rest of the skill first, then I'll tell you what deal is.
Then its second effect is auto. At the end of the battle that this unit attack, Counterblast 1, choose one of your rearguards in deal state and stand it.
So, as you can tell, deal state is assigned from him. But now the number one big question is, what is deal, right? What does the keyword mean? So, basically, in very short terms, deal is basically like Aelquilibra's effect, right? You choose units and you give them 5. Literally, he also happens to also give them 5.
It's just like overcharge.
So it's literally just overcharge, right? It's just like Aelquilibra. But in this case though, he assigns a keyword with it as well, the deal state. Unlike in Aelquilibra's deck, the units themselves had the overcharge keyword, right? So when they are chosen by Aelquilibra's effect, they get the effect. But in Black's deck, he gives them 5,000 and the deal state. So if you do not use this Vanguard's ability, or the grade 4, which you will find out later, you cannot trigger any deal state. They cannot go into deal state because they don't get the keyword from Black. The second skill is your generic. When this unit attacks, at the end of battle, this unit attacks, CB1, choose one of units in deal state, stand it. So basically speaking, you guys like Mordred Phantom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. So it's like Aelquilibra, but Aelquilibra can restand. So you don't even need Shalhoub anymore. So again, we're just laying the threads here.
But this is not the main gimmick of the deck. We don't usually want to stick to the grade 3 because guess what? This is a deck that can run grade 4.
So our grade 4s here, we play 3 copies of Mao Black, or Demon Lord.
Ruler of the Demon World, Demon Lord Black.
So, surprise! This is a literal 1-to-1 of Bastion Prime. So, again, I'll put a link in the description for that video. You may be saying, Ahmed, you're clearly lying. There's no way they'll actually redo an entire Aelquilibra and Bastion in the same deck. Well, buddy, I have good news for you. They actually did.
Alright, so let's explain the skill. Deal, act Vanguard Circle once per turn. If you have a card with Camera-chan in its card name on your rearguard circle or in your order zone, Counterblast 1 until end of the turn. All of your rearguards are in deal state and get plus 5k power. This is a Counterblast 1, exposing the Demon World is a Soul Blast 1.
So you can actually choose which effect you want to go into because of later on Satoshi, he writes in the main phase. Again, just think of Imiga, you get it later. So you can actually choose between which effect you want to put your units in a deal state, right? Obviously, as you move on the game, you just have to use the CB1 and deal with everybody. But if you just don't want to do that, you can just, or if you have a smaller board, right, you can just use the grade 3's deal state, Soul Blast 1, give 3 units plus 5, and the deal state, right? Then superior right, and then continue the turn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if your opponent decides to damage deny you...
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Alright. Its second effect is, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, put a grade 3 card with black... choose a grade 3 or greater card with black in its card name from your hand or soul into the drop. Stand all of your rearguards in the deal state and they get plus 5k until end of turn. At the end of that turn, retire all the units that are stand by this effect.
Night-Rose-sama, how are you? Can you actually believe it? They put Bastion Accord and Night-Rose and freaking Aelquilibra again into another skill. Like, first of all, you're just literally just ripping off the cost from Bastion Prime. Right? This is literally Bastion Prime's effect.
That's right.
You literally just remove 1 black from your soul or your hand that's grade 3 or greater, which there is a lot of in this deck, right? And then after that, you stand all your units and then you force solo them. So at the end of the turn, all of them pass away.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, do I need to explain Bastion again? I don't think so.
Alright, moving on to the grade 3s.
Our grade 3s, we play 1 copy of the grade 3 black and 2 more in the main deck, yes. We play 4 copies of JK Schoolgirl black And then we play one copy of Forbidal Surrogate. So this one's pretty simple because we already mentioned to you it's a grade 4 deck. So Forbidal is literally what you think it is, right? You can call a grade 3, add a grade 4 from hand. It basically ensures you always have costs to ensure you can use the skill of Mao Black. But, and here's the most important one, you get access to JK Black as a rearguard. Not only is she a stunning girl, it's a trap! And it's also Alden. So, yes. Why do I say it's Alden? Well, you can tell it.
Alright, so let me tell you what she does. Verse equals XX66666, JK Black. Her effect is auto when this unit is placed on rearguard circle other than during the battle phase. If you have a Vanguard with black in its card name or a Corocoro Vanguard, counterblast 1 and draw a card. Then, if you have a Vanguard with black in its card name, you can Soul Blast 1, call a card from your hand to rearguard circle and draw a card. So with
Pot
this,
of Greed!
yeah, that's right. Pot of Man, Pot of Woman, actually.
Pot of Woman! It's Alden. It's literally just Alden.
Yes, it's the new fitter one of it's the old Vanguard Alden's effect.
No, it's the grade 3 Alden, the rearguard.
No, the grade 3 Alden just calls the counterblast 2. The grade 3 Alden Vanguard is a CB1 SB1 call 1 draw 2.
Okay, so yeah, Alden. Okay, cool.
Okay, and her second effect is when this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with black in its card name, this unit gets plus 5k until end of turn.
Yep.
It's a power until end of turn.
So literally just the original Alden where you can stack the power.
That's right.
Okay, and then last but not least, our blacks, the remaining blacks here, like one is in the right deck, so you have to ride up to it. The other two are literally just for cost. Right? In worst case scenario, you can Persona right, and then after that jump into black, right? That's how it works, right?
Yes, you can Persona.
You can do that.
You can do that,
but that's seriously win more. That's quite
it's win more, or if you are stuck in a situation where you are going first, then you can do it. You are going first and you have excess copies in your hand, then feel free to go for the combo.
You can, okay? I know some people wondering, can I? Yes, you can. Should you? I'm not sure.
It depends on the game state.
Depends on the game state, okay? Use your discretion. Our grade 2s, we play Treacherous YouTuber Black. This one is from the right deck, so again, if you forgot what I said, please go backwards in the video. We played from DZBTO6 2 copies of Life-Threatening Ice Fishing. This card is super fun, man. We played 2 copies of this one.
NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
And then 4 copies of Verse XX000000 Black.
Nail Black.
Yes. Nail Black. Okay, so this one, Treacherous YouTuber, you already know what he does. He searches for Satoshi. Ice fishing from DZBTO6. I know DZBTO6 was quite a while back. Hello guys, I'm recording this early. But yeah, this is really fun. It's one of the most interesting arts of all time. You can see this is literally Dice Shield and some of the kaijus from the promos and the dolphin. It's so fun. Basically, you EV2 and rest this unit in the order zone. Rest this set order in the order zone. You can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose a card with the same grade or less than your Vanguard, call it to the rearguard circle.
Or if it's a set order,
add to your hand. And if a card was put to the rearguard circle or added to your hand,
you put this card into
the soul. So basically, it is a net 0 EB2 to get Igai or in order. But because Black plays so little orders, right, as you will see later in the deck, there was only Camera Chan. So basically, it's just EB2 dig for a person, and any unit card, which is basically just barbecue, right, from DZBTO1 in Dragon Empire. It's literally the same skill.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, this is also because Black can't really use Persona right that well, so we don't really want to use the Gun Cycler. This is ideally the not only cheapest but better option in terms of energy usage, because going first, it doesn't really punish you, and it also allows you to really toolbox off into digging through the deck.
Sometimes with the way you use the soul, the additional soul is also appreciated.
Oh, absolutely. So all in all, like, this is a fun tech pick. I do recommend to people to play in Black. If you're playing Brandt Black, this is one of those generics that only cost you like 50 yen. So definitely play it. It's really fun. But yeah, if you don't want to, you have plenty of other things you can play in this slot. But I just thought it was really fun to bring this up because it actually works. Now let's talk about the rest of the Corocoro.
Alright, we'll talk about NDA first. So he has 2 effects. The first one is act in the drop zone. If you have a Vanguard with black in its card name, you can Energy Blast 3 and call him out as long as you don't have another copy of him in rotation.
So basically, with this guy, this is all the energy you're ever going to use. And for EB3, you call it back. Imiga,
That's
but it's basically Combine Russia. So
He's Combine Russia
He's
because
Combine Russia.
of the second effect is auto. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, he gains 10k.
yeah, you can see the power level of these cards is not really fun. Despite the fact that they're all commons, like this thing is like 3 years of EVA support in one. But if you need more EVA type power level, let's talk about it.
Alright, verse equals XX0000 nil black. It has two effects. Its first effect is continuous on rearguard circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with black in its card name, and you do not have another rearguard with the same card name as this unit, this unit cannot be retired by card effects and gets plus 5k power active on your opponent's turn as well. Its other effect is, if you have a Corocoro Vanguard, this unit gets boost.
Yay! So it's literally blank the Maya now.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
But the first effect is very important, especially since Mao Black just nukes your own field. So being protected from the self-nukage really does help.
It helps a lot. Because it ensures your board doesn't flow. Because unlike Night Rose, right, where you can play Negro Bone to net 0, you don't get that here. This deck, it builds its boards very fast, it recurs very fast, but it doesn't really have a net 0 or a way to draw back. This doesn't even leave the board, so you never have to worry about it.
The only way it can leave the board is if your opponent has non-retire removal effects.
Shoujo Doji!
So be careful of those matchups, but other than that, it's a very good card.
Alright, great ones. Great ones. This guy, black.
The model kills you about black.
Black. Satoshi, Camera-chan at 1. And now we finally get a chance to talk about all the other Brandt Gate nonsense that we stuffed into this deck because we absolutely felt like it. We play 3 copies of the DZ BTO 5 Cycler, 4 copies of Baldry, I know you guys love him, and then 2 copies of Boba Mine. Boba Mine, he is generic, countercharge, lol, and because you already have Camera-chan as your set order, you never have to worry about it. Not only that though, but it gives you extra soul, which this deck occasionally does need on the fly, so yeah, it helps a lot. We also play Baldry. Baldry is just your generic dig through the deck guy. If you
have 2 or more set orders, he also gains 5 as a booster.
If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Anata no Vanguard no Glado San Nijo. Yeah, so it's grade 3 or greater. So don't try and sell Gao me. I know what this does.
I mean, it's still the first effect is if you have a set order, you at the end of the battle that he boosted, you can put him into Soul. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add a grade 2 or greater unit card or a set order to your hand. So this guy, if for some reason you still don't have the cost for your Mao Black late game,
you can just dig for it.
That's right.
So it's just that easy.
And also, since it goes into the Soul, it dodges the self-retire effect of Mao Black, which happens at the end of the turn.
Because Black deals with everybody, whether you're a Corocoro or not, you can just give deal state to all your generics. Like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. If at the end of the turn they're not on the board, you don't have to worry about them being retired.
Okay, this one is the DZ BTO 5 cycle. So I'm actually just not going to talk about this one because I'm pretty sure I've already covered this a lot in the video for the DZ BTO 5 cyclers. So I'm just not going to cover it. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested to find out more about the DZ BTO 5 cycler. That's really all I can say.
However, for this deck, the specific interactions that it can enable is a bit better due to your Vanguard being a grade 4. So you can still search out the grade 3 exposing the darkness black.
So you can still cover your costs.
Yes, you can still cover your costs, and this is to mainly search out your Forbidden copies.
Very easy, very easy. Okay, now for the Corocoro side, we've already covered this guy. He searches for Camera-chan. Camera-chan, he is your set order, and he says Soul Blast 1, and you can call this guy out as a little boy with 5,000 power, 1 critical, and boost.
If you have a black Vanguard, it's 10k instead of 5k.
Yeah, so he's basically just Gallatin.
Yes. He is basically the Kennel set order for Welstra. That's what you if you want it to be similar. He is very good at early rushing, which is why sometimes this deck can require the soul because you are
use the soul for him.
Yes, this is the main card that you this is the second main card that you use soul for. The first one, of course, being JK Black, seen earlier in the grade 3 portion of this video. So early rush 10k unit. It can push really good numbers really early on. But if you want to use Baldred or any of your Bobomine, do remember that this card is no longer in the order zone, so you won't have any set orders unless you have Ice Fishing stuck there. So do remember that this card has to remain in the order zone to proc all of your generic effects.
And then, of course, we play 4 Black Channel PGs. It doesn't matter. You can play the Brown Gate PGs as well. It doesn't matter. But to me, I just thought, this is a really sick art to play. So, yeah. And the most important card that ties the whole deck together is...
Elementary School YouTuber Satoshi. So he has 2 effects. Act on Rearguard Circle. If you have a grade 3 Vanguard with black in its card name and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can counterblast 1, search your deck, drop or soul for up to 1 grade 4 unit with black in its card name and write it as stand. If you search the deck, shuffle the deck. So this guy allows you to really set your hand up. If you want to mulligan, you can mulligan for a Mao black for a free discard. The main cards that you want to mulligan for are NDA and Mao black. Otherwise, this guy also has a second effect where in the continuous back row rearguard center, if you have a Vanguard with black in its card name, this unit cannot be retired by card effects, and all of your units with black in their card name gets plus 5k shield. So just like Nil Black, he has a protection effect from Mao Black's effect.
He never dies, but more importantly, all of your bricks gain 5,000 shield. All. So you don't even have to worry about defense. And, to make matters worse, the grade 2 with black now also becomes a 10k shield. So... Yep, if you guys like Bastion, I have great news for you. This is literally just
and because he searched out from the right line effect itself,
you always guarantee it. So you just play 2 to ensure you can open 1 Satoshi because he's so good. So,
but sometimes you do draw into him, so
yeah, that sucks.
That's why the second copy is there. Hopefully you don't get overly rushed by your opponent's grade 2 turn. Maybe.
Yeah, but generally speaking, it's the same reason where if you play any cards that need to be searched from the right deck, you generally just play 2 copies just to play it safe.
But he is also the reason why you are able to Persona Ride on top of exposing the Demon World Black. So you start your turn, you Persona Ride, then you Superior Ride into the grade 4. So you on top of that, you Soul Blast 1, put 3 units into deal state, give them plus 5. Then Superior Ride, then you Counter Blast 1, give them another plus 5. So you are there are turns where it can really burst into high amounts of power. Yep. But you do have to play your cards right and really look at your resources if you want to extend that far.
Alright, and our grade 0 is of course Black Channel. So this one is a starter, so I will not talk about this any further. The rest is very simple because it's just Brandt Gate, right? You always play Elder Breath because this is just a win con. You can play 8 crits, so we are playing Brandt Gate crits and also the Corocoro crits because the count is Brandt Gate. And this is the art we've been looking for so long. He's finally doing the post, so yeah. For heal, this is Black as a hacker. Just play normal heal is really fine because it is a grade 4 deck. And then we play 3 Soul Fronts from Design BTO 6. I don't want to talk about this too much because I already have a video on Soul Fronts, so just check the links in the description below. And yeah, that's going to cover this video for Black Channel. Very honestly, this is, it's a pretty good deck. I think when it first came out in November, this definitely had a larger impact on the meta than it would today. But, I would still say it's pretty good. From the way we compare all the cards in this deck, it's pretty clear that, there is a lot of things similar to a lot of other key components in Vanguard's meta for the last 4 years in Standard. Yeah, 4 years in Standard. So, clearly, this is not a deck you trifle with because there's a lot of stuff in there that makes you go, hey, I've heard about this from a previous meta deck. That being said though, I definitely think there are weaknesses to this deck. You can definitely counter this deck, if you see me deny it well enough and starve it with enough pieces. If he doesn't see certain cards in the deck, he just loses, and unlike Levy Draws, he doesn't have a free top 7 searcher. So yeah, honestly speaking, this is not an unbeatable deck, but definitely if you're interested in a more fringe deck, if you like this IP, or if you just like Aelquilibra, Black, Alden, Accord, Astrum, Drajul, whatever the hell I linked into the description, just pick up this deck. But it will be a bit pricey because people know this deck is good. At least for the Japanese side, this was the most expensive Corocoro deck, straight up. But I would say it's very worth it. Do you need to play this in Brandt? Gate. Do you need to play this in Brandt Gate, or can you play this in Corocoro? What do you think?
I would say the strength of Brandt Gate is that certain generics do allow you to countercharge. This deck really does run through its counterblast very fast, especially with the usage of JK Black, Mao Black, and even Satoshi himself for the superior, right?
Yeah.
So you really do have to pace yourself out in that situation and can easily get damage stuff, which is why in Brandt Gate, where countercharge is more plentiful, it is a lot more I would say higher powered, because
But definitely, if Corocoro gets its own counter charges down the line rather than just Taro, I can see this being moved back to Corocoro. What do you think?
yes, that is perfectly a possibility. Hoping for promos, I guess.
Alright, so that's gonna end it for this video. Again, if you want to see us do more Corocoro, which I strongly doubt y'all will, but if you want to, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try. It's very expensive, but we can see from there. Other than that, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
If a random guy says he wants to collab with you on the street, say no. It is usually a bad decision for yourself.
Stranger Danger Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. Insert a joke that my lawyers won't let me say. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it.
I mean, I did my quip, right?
Okay. You want to try this out a bit longer?
No.